Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Report reaching us right now yet again is that Olori Ashley has been crying so much, feeling really, really bad, and feeling incomplete over the fact that major responsibilities were taken away from her during the Olokun festival. Now, you do know that there was an Olokun festival that was celebrated last week, the fortnight or something, and then there was another one that had just been celebrated like 2 nights ago, right? And so, whether the other one was a smaller one, this is the big one, I don't know. I don't have that information. I don't know what they call them. Maybe they are different kinds of Olokun festival. Somebody came and told me on my comment section that Olokun festival has not been celebrated. Yes, there was one that was celebrated last week. So now, you know something about Ashley. Ashley, the reason why a lot of people, especially bloggers, who call Ashley Mama Lawo is because she is an exposed and sophisticated and beautiful woman who still prides herself to be one of the strongest, water people. Okay, she said she is an Olokun lady. She comes from the water. She knows the spiritual things and all of that. She's towing the route of the father, or who used to be a seer or something. So now, if you have been following this trend over the years, you find out that Olori Ashley seems to be happier. Like, she shows herself. She's able to portray that thing she wants to portray whenever there is this kind of traditional festival, especially that of Olokun, because she says that is where she is coming from, okay? And so, if there's anything that gives Ashley so much joy, it is to be a major factor in the celebration of the ritual of some of these, deities or something, okay? It makes her proud. She's showcasing what she's got as an African and all of that. That is what I think, okay? And so now, one thing that endeared them together, that's the Ooni of Ife and Queen Ashley. It happens to be because Ashley is from the traditional root. Ashley knows how to do these things, okay? The traditional thing and all of that. And that was how this whole thing started. When Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi met, Queen Naomi, a lot of people say there's been a lot of misinformation. From what I'm hearing also, this also cannot be substantiated because it's still alleged. A lot of people are under the impression that Olori Naomi went to the Ooni of Ife and told Ooni of Ife that God said, I am your wife. Olori Naomi said there's nothing like that. She never did that. Oni approached her, Oni fell helplessly in love with her immediately. She didn't even say yes when Oni proposed to her because she was wondering how she would marry, her religion with that of a traditional king. And so she had to think about it until God gave her the go ahead. Now, there was a question she asked. The first question she asked was, I hope you do know that I will not be involved in any rituals, appeasing gods or any idolatry, right? And I will not be involved in that, with due respect, King. And the king said, no, you cannot be. I will never force you. I'll never impose my own belief system on you, okay? Rather, I'll support you as a messenger of God. Now, Nami said how? Oni presented Ashley. That Ashley is in the palace. Ashley has always been in the palace. That most of the traditional stuff, that Ashley was the one responsible and taking care of them. And that made Queen Naomi very comfortable, knowing that there's somebody who'll be taking care of that traditional part that she may not necessarily be around to cater for. And that was how they got married. But things kept going on and on and on. And there were a lot of sacrifices and all of that. Every day they are sacrificing. You do know that they said that Ooni of Ife is a land of 401 deities. If you go and read their history, they tell you that like 200 of those have been turned to tourist monument or something, and they have 201 left. 200 deities are being celebrated on daily basis, and rituals are being performed for them. And then the one living deity happened to be the Ooni of Ife. So right now, Ashley was the one in charge of all of those rituals, and not just performing the rituals, also logistic for festivals like this. It comes with a very huge logistic, money, and all of that. Ashley was fully in charge of everything. Those days, you used to see how she goes to UK, she comes back the next week she's gone, the next week she's back, the next week she's gone, the next week she's back. But if you look at things and critically, as it is said, she doesn't come as much as she used to come again. That's because Ooni of Ife took away part of the responsibility from her, like a whole lot. Now, during this Olokun festival, she came, say she bought a lot of artifacts and did a whole lot, spent so much money because she was coming to celebrate the Olokun festival, and she was thinking it would be better than the other one. But this time again, she did what she was supposed to do, but not as much as she used to do, because like a lot of stuff that she was supposed to take care of had been handed over to other people. Now, what Oni of Ife is trying to do is to create that distance, because the meeting point between Oni of Ife and Ashley is in this their, celebration of rituals, all of these their festivals and all of that. It does seem as if that's just their meeting point. That is the one thing that is common between them, and maybe just nothing else. Okay. And they said this time she cried so much. First of all, there were lots of complications from what we are hearing. That first of all, they thought that she was the one who brought that artifact, that one that they say has a living, has a spirit, and all of that. But it turned out that she has absolutely nothing to do with it, and she has been very disappointed that Kabiesi doesn't trust her. She has so much trust for Kabiesi. Ashley will stand, praise Kabiesi. There's nothing that babe will not do for the Oni of Ife. Yes, so just nothing. But when it comes to her, you say Oni of Ife is a little not thoughtful as much as Ashley will expect, and all of that. But this Olokun festival broke her heart so much. It's not as if she didn't do what she was supposed to do. She did what she was supposed to do. A lot of them came for the festival. Dr. Elizabeth has come. She actually came for that festival as well. She has not been around. She's been going back and forth, but she came for the festival. Ashley was there. She did what she used to do. But like when she'll be the one in charge of the budget and everything for this festival, this time around, KBSC tried to create that boundary. And that really broke her heart so much. It's almost as if she is losing everything. But KBSC said, no, there's nothing. You're not losing anything. You're not losing me. All I want is just for you guys to leave the palace. That's the rumor that is making rounds on social media. I'm going to bring you more updates. I appreciate you guys so much.